Hi everybody, welcome to my channel again. This is Oliver. We are starting section 2.2 today, which is about adding real numbers. So before we start solving practice A of 2.2, I'd like to discuss a minute or two the properties involved in adding real numbers. So one of the properties is called the commutative property. So commutative property is basically A plus B equals B plus A. So the order of how you're adding up two numbers doesn't change the sum. So when you have 2 plus 5, that's 7, and 5 plus 2 is also 7. So that's called the commutative property. Another one is the associative property. That's when you're adding up three numbers, A, B, and C. A plus B plus C. So the way you're grouping the numbers in a sum, that doesn't change the result. So you can do A plus B in parentheses plus C, and then equals A plus in parentheses B plus C. So if you have 1 plus 2 plus 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3. I mean, 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 equals 6, right? So it doesn't matter how you're grouping these, you're still getting 6, right? 1 plus 2 is 3, this is 6, 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 5, so this is 6. This is called the associative property. Then there are two other ones. One is called the identity property, and the other one inverse property. Identity is basically when you're adding up, when you're adding a 0 to a number. So it's the same number. So 5 plus 0 is 5, or minus 5 plus 0 is minus 5. That's the identity property. It's basically when you're adding a 0 to a number, it's the same number. And then like A plus 0 equals A. And inverse is when you're adding up a number and it's inverse and you get 0. So it's like 5 plus minus 5 and you get 0. So that's the inverse. So it's basically A plus its inverse. A number, when you're adding up a number, its inverse, you end up with 0. So these four are pretty much all the properties of this section 2.2. So let's start solving problems. First one, write the sum represented by the figure, then find the sum. Okay. So this is basically, we're starting with 5 and we're ending up with 3. So this is like 5 plus what number equals 3. That's basically the sum. And we have to find the sum. So we have to find this number. So from 5 to get to 3, we had to subtract 2, right? Because we're going to the left. On the number line, as we're going to the left, the numbers are negative numbers. So from 5, we went minus 1, minus 2. So this is actually minus 2. Okay. So this here, or x, you can say this is x. X is minus 2. So you can solve for x. That's another way to solve this. So you can do x equals 3, which 3 is already on the other side, and then 5 when it goes to the other side is minus 5. So you can do minus 5, and x is 3 minus 5 is minus 2. Why? Because you take the sign of the larger number. 5 is the greater number than 3. So the sign before 5 is minus, and then you subtract the numbers. 5 minus 3, which is 2. So x is minus 2. But since we have the figures here, we can just count. So from 8, we're going 1, 2, 3. 3 to the minus side, to the negative side, right? So it's minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So this is minus 3. Next one is number 3 is 1, 2, 3. This is minus 3 again. Next one is minus 1. Next one, this one, number 5 is minus 2. Number 6 is minus 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 4. Okay. Now, how can we represent these numbers? As we said, number 1 will be, we start with 5, and then we say we're adding what? We're adding minus 2, and we're getting 3. That's basically how we write the sum. For number 2, we say we start with 8. So right here, we start with 8, and then we are adding minus 3. And we end up with 5. For number 3, we start with 4, and we are adding up minus 3. And we get to 1. Number 4, we start with 7, and we're adding -1, and it becomes 6. For number 5, we start with -1, and then we're adding -2, and we end up with -3. For number 6, we start with 6, and then we're adding -4, and we get to 2. Okay. All right. Number 7 through 15, use a number line to find the sum. Okay, so this is the same thing as 1 through 6. So we have a number line. So this is the 0. The positive numbers are to the right. The negative numbers are to the left. So we start from -5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is -5. Now we're adding 9 to -5. So from -5 to 0, that's 5 units, right? This is 5 units. And then since it's +9, from -5, we're going 9 units to the right, right? Because it's +9. So 5 units from -5 to 0, and then another 4 units, right? To get to +9. 5 plus 4 is 9. So the final result is 4. Okay. Then for number 8, we start from -3 on the number line. So imagine the number line. This is 0, 1, 2, 3. This is -3 right here. Let me see if I can zoom in. Okay, let me start over. Okay, so we have the number line. This is 0, -1, -2, -3. This is -3 right here. And now we are adding 6. So now we're going to the right because adding +6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 3. 3 is the answer. Okay, +3 or 3. Number 9. So we have 0, -8 is right there. And then we're basically from 0, we're going to -8 and then +2. So we're backtracking 2. So it becomes -7, -6. This is -6. The answer for number 9. Number 10, on the number line, from 0, we're going to -10. That's where we're starting. And then we're backtracking 7 because +7, we go to the right. So from 0, we go to -10 and then kind of backtrack 7. So it becomes -3, right? This is -3. Number 11, from 0, right? From 0, we go to -2. And then we don't backtrack. We keep going another 7, so -7. We extend to the left. So -2 and then -7 becomes -9, right? So this is -9, -9. The answer for 11. 12. So on the number line, from 0 we go to -10, and then we go further another -8. So this another -8. So this is -18, right? -10, and then you add another -8, so it's 10 plus 8 is 18, so -18 is the answer. So -18 is the answer for 12. For 13, so on the number line, you start from 14, which is somewhere there, and then you're adding -5. So now you go left, you go back from 14. So from 0 you go to 14. And then -5, so you come back 5. So 14 minus 5 is 9. So the answer is 9 for 13. For 14, you start from -8. It's to the left of the 0. And then +15, you go to the right. So from -8 to 0, that's 8 units. This is 8 units. You need another 7 units to get +15. Because 15 is 8 plus 7. 8 plus 7 is 15. So from -8, you went +15, and you came down to 7. So 7 is the answer for 14. Number 15, you start with -9, and then you're adding another -1. So it becomes -10. So -10 is the answer for 15. Find the sum. Now we don't have to use a number line, so let's discuss this. So when you're adding, so right here to the right, so when you're adding two positive numbers, then the sum is going to be a positive number. When you're adding two negative numbers, then the sum is going to be negative. This is the same as, let's discuss the positive. So this is the same as someone owes you $2 and someone else owes you $5. How much are you owed? 5 plus 2, 7. The number is going to be plus. Now you owe somebody minus, right? Money going out of your pocket. You owe somebody $2 and you owe somebody $3. How much do you owe? It's minus. You're still owing, right? You're owing, and then you're adding up 2 and 3. It's 5. So now when you're adding up two numbers with opposite signs, like one is plus and the other one is minus, then you take the sign of the larger number. So if this is 10, this is 5. So you're owed $5, but you owe someone $10. So your 10 is greater than 5. The number, the sign before 10 is minus. So the answer is going to be minus. And then you subtract the larger from the smaller from the larger number. So 10 minus 5 is 5. So this becomes minus 5. So that's pretty much the idea of adding. All right, so find the sum, number 16. Which one is larger, 13 or 7? 13. So what's the sign before 13? Is minus. So this is minus, and then 13 minus 7 is 6. So minus 6. Okay. Number 17. We have positive plus 15 and then minus 4. Which one is larger? 15 is larger. So the sign before 15 is plus, and then 15 minus 4 is 11. Number 18. We have two numbers with the same sign, minus 7, minus 9. So this, the sign is minus. And then 7 plus 9 is 16. So this is minus 16. 19. We have plus 7.9 and minus 3.6. So which one is larger? 7.9. So this is going to be plus. And then 7.9 minus 3.6, it's what? 4.3. 4.3. Okay. Number 20. Which one is larger, 6.7 or 3.2? 6.7 is larger, so the sign is minus, and 6.7 minus 3.2 is 3.5. Okay, 21, you have two numbers with the same sign, so it's minus, and then you add up the numbers. 2 and 3 is 5 point, and then 4 and 3 is 7, 5.7, so it's minus 5.7. So here we have minus and plus. Which one is larger? Plus 5 is larger than minus 1, right? So it's plus, and then 5.8 minus 1.4. 5 minus 1 is 4. 8 minus, it's 4.4. So it's plus 4.4 is the answer. For 23, we have plus 14 and minus 10. Plus 14 is larger, so the sign is plus. And then 14.1 minus 10.5. It's what? 3.6. 3.6 plus 3.6. Okay. 24, we have minus 5 and plus 9. Plus 9 is larger, so the sign will be plus. 9.4 minus 5.6, 5.8. It's 3.6. So 3.6. So that's the answer, plus 3.6. Number 25, identify the property being illustrated. Okay, so this is when you're adding right here. That's the inverse property. When you're adding a number with its opposite, you end up with 0. That's called the inverse property. Okay, so this is the inverse property of addition. 26, this is the associative property, the one that we discussed right here. So this is the associative property of addition, associative property of addition. When you're adding three numbers, A, B, and C, and then the order, how you're adding them up doesn't matter, you end up with the same sum. Number 27, evaluate the expression for the given value of x, 2 plus x plus minus 7 when x is 8. So this is 2 plus 8 and then minus 7. So 2 plus 8 is 10, minus 7, 3. Okay, so in a way what we did is imagine parentheses around 2 plus 8. Right, 2 plus 8 is 10, minus 7, 3. 3 is the answer for 27. 28, x plus 7 minus 7. So this is the same. You can write this as x plus 7 minus 7, because before minus 7 we have plus. So you can just do x plus 7 minus 7. Now if this sign was minus instead of plus, then the sign would have changed. This would have become plus 7 here. Okay. Now when x is 4, we end up with 4 plus 7 minus 7. Well, plus 7 and minus 7, that's basically the inverse property, right? 7 minus 7. When you add the opposite of a number, so plus 7 and minus 7, that's 0, right? And then we just end up with 4. So this is 4. That's the answer for 28. 29, we have 8 plus x is minus 4, so minus 4. And then plus minus 5, or you can just say minus 5, or this can be rewritten as 8 minus 4 minus 5. Now you can say, okay, minus 4 and minus 5 is minus 9. So in a way, we can just, there's a plus here. We can just say 8 plus, and then minus 4 and minus 5 is minus 9, right? We are adding two numbers with the same sign. The sum is going to be that sign, and then you're adding up the two numbers. 4 plus 5 is 9. So this is 8 minus 9, or minus 1. So on a number line, you start with 8, and then you go to the left 9. So 8 units, and then 1 unit from 0 to minus 1. So minus 1 is the answer for 29. 30 and 31, we have two more problems. 30, mileage. You're picking up a friend and going to a movie. Your friend lives 5 miles west of your house, and the movie theater is 18 miles east of your friend's house. Okay, so we see the picture here. So this is your house right here. This is your friend's house. So you go, imagine this is a number line. So your house is 0, and then your friend's house is 5 miles west, so it's minus 5. And then from minus 5, we go 18 miles east to the movie theater. So to get 18, this is 5. We need another 13. 13 plus 5 is 18, right? So this is 13. When you're at the movie, how far away from your home are you? From home, from 0, you're 13. So it's 13 miles. 13 miles is the answer. Okay. 31, football. During a recent school football game, your quarterback was sacked and lost 8 yards on the first down. On the second down, a 15-yard pass was completed. On the third down, your team rushed for 4 yards. Did your team get a first down, a gain of 10 yards as a result of these plays? How many net yards did they gain? Okay, so this is basically this diagram here. So this is 0. So your quarterback was sacked, so you went minus 8, and then you completed 15-yard pass. So to get to 15, this is 8, and you need another 7. So this is 7. This is where you ended up. Actually, it's right there, 7. This is 7. I don't know if this is drawn to scale. This is 7 right here. So let me see if I can move this. Okay. And then you rushed for 4 yards. So you rushed for additional 4 yards. This is plus 4. So 7 plus 4 is 11. Right. So this is 11 on the number line, 0 to 7, and then you rushed 4. 7 plus 4 is 11. So this is the 11.11. And the question is, did your team get a first down, a gain of 10 yards? Yes, you ended up at 11 yards. So yes, you did get a gain of 10 yards. So that's the answer. So that's all for today. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe to see more videos. See you next time, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.